Hello everyone, Ranjita here. Welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for stopping by. Today I'm going to demonstrate the mandala art along with watercolors. This will be a detailed step-by-step tutorial right from how you can make the grid to draw the mandala. So let's get started. For today's project, I will be needing the following supplies. I'm starting with a sketch pad. Make sure the paper of your sketch pad is suitable for watercolors. And for the center of the mandala, I will be filling it with watercolors, and for that I will need some good quality watercolors and a flat brush. For the mandala art, I will need a sharp pencil, ruler, eraser, fine liner pens, a compass, a protractor or a circular scale to draw your grid for mandala. And for the image, I am using clear stamps from Mudra. You can choose any image and trace it or draw it freehand if you are confident. But for today's project, I thought I will experiment with these clear stamps on my watercolors using archival ink pad. Firstly, let us start by drawing a grid for the mandala. For this, I need to know how much my image measures. So for that, I am having a rough measurement of my image. Here my image measures 3 inches. So I will start off by having the central circle of around 4 inches. For this, I am using a circular scale like this. You can use a half circular protractor as well, but I have this full circular scale with me and I will be using it to mark my grid. Here, as you can see, I am taking a radius of around 2 inches. This is because I wanted a circle of diameter 4 inches. So I am marking this radius on my compass and I am drawing concentric circles without moving the compass from the central point. If you want to be precise, you can mark and measure every circle you want to make. But here I am randomly making some concentric circles of different diameters. So choose your way of how you want to make your grid. I am just making random circles here. But if you want to be very precise, you can measure each and every circle and then you can draw them. You can draw as many circles as you want. Here I have made circles according to the maximum width I want. Once I am done drawing my circles, I will be making a horizontal line, making sure that it is passing through the center of my circle. This is very important. You can eyeball it, but if you want clear measurements, you make sure you measure it and you have 90 degrees. Here I am taking the circular scale, protractor or whatever you call it, and I am making sure I am aligning the center of the circular scale along with the horizontal reference line that I have drawn just now. Once I have placed my circular scale properly, I will be making marks at every 10 degrees. This is absolutely your choice. If you want a larger grid, you can make marks at every 20 degrees, or you can make it even smaller if you want an intricate pattern in your mandala. But here for my example for today, I am taking every 10 degree mark. Now that we have marked all the 10 degree marks, we'll go ahead and join these dots together. This is the main part of forming a grid for your mandala. First, I'm joining the central line, that is a line exactly perpendicular to the line we have drawn before. Now we will be joining every opposite dot. So if you go one dot to the left of the vertical line, then you will connect it with one dot to the right of the vertical line. So you can clearly see it when in the video here. You will be connecting every opposite dot. So you will be having 18 lines in total. You need to make sure that each and every line is perfectly passing through the center and is also joining the two opposite dots that we have made. So since the circle is of 360 degrees and we've made a mark at every 10 degrees, we will have around 18 lines passing through the center. This is how you draw the basic grid for a mandala. Very easy. You just need a lot of patience to finish a mandala art. So here I finished making all the lines for my mandala. Now that my grid is ready, I will be erasing off the lines in the central circular area. This is because I wanted to make a watercolor background here. And if you do not erase your lines, it will get trapped behind the watercolor, and later it gets very difficult to erase these pencil lines. So I'm starting with erasing the pencil lines in the central circular area. Then I'm giving it a clean water wash first, and then I'm making a background choosing two colors. One is orange and green. These will be representing the colors of an Indian flag. So for my today's theme, I wanted to do something related to freedom. So I wanted to represent an Indian flag or an Indian theme here. So I'm choosing these two colors. You can go with whatever colors you like and whatever images you want. You can do a galaxy theme, or you can just go with a single color. Whatever you want, just do it the way you like it. Once I am filling the background with the colors I want, I am making sure I am doing it very neatly, and I am making sure that the colors don't bleed outside the reference circle that I have drawn. And once when you are done painting, make sure you give enough time for the watercolors to dry. Don't be in a hurry, because if your watercolors do not dry when you're doing your mandala, you will end up smearing the paints. So here I am taking a fine liner brush. Here I am using Faber-Castell Pitt Artist pens, and I am going ahead and filling my grids with different shapes and lines. Now we have formed a grid with the circles and lines that we have drawn, and taking reference of these little boxes, I will be filling each and every box with a different shape, and then filling these shapes with different fillers. So this is the basic procedure of doing a mandala art. Make sure you do it in a very slow and peaceful manner, because that is the entire intention behind doing a mandala art. You can make whatever shapes you feel like and fill it in different ways. You can go as simple as you want, or you can complicate your pattern as much as you want by filling it with intricate lines and shapes. Mandalas are created from the center out, whether it is a dot or a circle. The substrate you draw your mandala on is usually a white paper drawn upon with black ink or pen. However, as you become more familiar with creating mandalas, you can start to explore and go beyond the usual paper. Mandalas are easy to draw. Just with a little bit of imagination and practice, you can take your mandalas to any level that is comfortable for you. They can be as simple as a couple of lines, circles and patterns, or complex with fine lines, a series of concentric circles and detailed patterns. Your mandalas are an expression of you. So remember, whatever you choose to do, enjoy the process. Mandala is an artwork of intricately drawn patterns contained within a circular or a square shape. So like I mentioned before, for making the patterns, we will take reference of the grid that we have made. The word mandala comes from the Sanskrit term that means circle or a discoid object. The basic form of most mandalas is a square with 4 gates containing a circle with a center point. They can contain both geometric and organic forms. They can also be filled with recognizable images that carry a meaning for the person creating them. So go ahead and use your imagination. Let your pen flow as it wants to. I usually do not pre-plan my designs, but I just have a rough grid for my reference. Once I have my grid, I go ahead and fill it with basic shapes, and then fill the basic shapes with different lines and dots. Occasionally, I make such thick bands to differentiate between each layer of my mandala. So let your imagination go wild. Fill in with whatever shapes you feel like. You can go with as simple filling as you want, or you can make it as intricate as you want. As you can see here, I'm going layer by layer. First, I will be finishing a row of each circle that we have made, and I will be making a basic shape first. Then I will go ahead and fill the basic shape with some more intricate filling. I will be using the negative space and the space created with the lines. The negative space can be either left as it is, or I usually prefer filling it with my pen. This brings in so much more body to the mandala. For making these basic shapes, I usually go ahead and directly draw them with my fine liner pen. But if you are a beginner and you're not confident with your shapes and you're afraid that the shapes might not come symmetrically, then you can start off by drawing pencil guides like this here. I'm just doing this so that to give you an idea of how you can make your guides more precise. So here I have made a pencil guide of the shapes that I wanted to fill, and then I'm outlining it with a fine liner. But if you're confident enough and you just want to relax your mind and do it with a very peaceful way, then go ahead and use your pen directly. But if you are not very confident and you want your mandalas to be much more symmetric, then don't be afraid to draw a pencil reference like I have shown here. These outline shapes can be either filled with circles or lines. The circles can be as small as a dot or can fill the entire shape as well. And the lines can be straight curved. You can divide the shape into two using lines and then fill it with much more intricate lines as well. If you want me to make a detailed video on how to fill your mandala and with ideas of different shapes and different fillers and connectors, make sure you let me know in the comment section below. I will be more than happy to make a detailed video on how you can fill your mandalas as well. For the last row of my mandala here, I am making flower petal like shapes here. These might look like a lotus shape. And once I am doing a pencil outline, I am going ahead and filling the outlines with a fine liner pen. This will be a last row of our mandala, and this completes our mandala art. I have done a very basic mandala here just to demonstrate it to you. You can go as intricate as you want. Once I'm done with my basic mandala art, I'm taking this clear stamp from the company Mudra and I will be stamping it here. Today I chose freedom as a theme for my mandala, and for that I thought this girl is very apt. So I will be stamping this beautiful girl swinging with an archival ink. I'm using an archival ink pad because I have watercolor base as my background and I wanted it to be permanent. If you do not have clear stamps like this, feel free to trace any design you want, or you can also go freehand and draw your own image with fine liner pens. I am putting a good amount of pressure onto my clear stamp, making sure that I could stamp it well. But I am very much sure that it will not be a very crisp image because I have a thick watercolor background and I will not be having a crisp image because of that. So as you can see here, my image has not been filled in some areas. So don't worry, I will be filling it up with a fine liner pen. As today is the day that India has got its independence years ago, I wanted to do something relating to freedom. Everyone has a different opinion about freedom. Well, I am a person who believes that freedom starts within you. I believe that freedom is a state of mind, so I decided to quote the same today. All I wanted to say to myself and to everyone out there struggling with inner peace and negativity is to take some time out for yourself. Explore your internal freedom. Talk to yourself. Maybe you can develop a hobby, experiment with your new art forms or anything, because internal freedom is more important. Let us be free from any negativity around us, free from jealousy, free from everything and everyone that try to put down your capabilities and strength. Happy Independence Day. Rather, I would like to say Happy Freedom Day. And mandala has always been a therapeutic and relaxing pastime for me to free me from all my daily stress. Let me know what is your favorite form of art that you do to relax yourself. So here I am using my Pigma Micron pens and I am quoting this quotation here which says, freedom is a state of mind. If you're not very good at brush lettering or calligraphy, you can go ahead and try out this faux calligraphy style. All you have to do is write down your word in a regular way, and then you have to mimic the calligraphy or the brush calligraphy strokes. As you all know, in brush calligraphy, your upstrokes are thin and your downstrokes are thin. So once I have written my word in a regular format or in a regular font, I will go back and I will thicken all the downstrokes, as you can see here in the video. Once I have done that, I will go ahead and color them. This will give an effect of a brush calligraphy. You do not need to do the exact typical traditional brush calligraphy, but you can do it with a fine pen and then go back and thicken your strokes. Remember, your upstrokes have to be thin and your downstrokes have to be thick. For this, you need to know the anatomy of the letter properly. Always remember, when it comes to calligraphy or hand lettering codes, make sure you have a rough sketch of your quote in your mind. Make sure you have an idea of what fonts you want to explore and what are the size of the letters, because you do not want to mess up your final art piece. So here I am experimenting with two different fonts and I have lettered the quote here which says, freedom is a state of mind. And the girl on the swing looks very apt for this quote. That's it for today's video. I have completed a basic mandala here. I have also demonstrated how you can make a basic grid for a mandala and how you can go ahead with the mandala. You can see the close-up images of the finished mandala with the watercolored background in the center and the image and the hand-lettered quote. I hope you liked this video and I could teach you a new art for today. I hope I was of some inspiration to you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Also, if you haven't done it yet, kindly consider subscribing to my channel and tap on that notification bell so that you get notified every time I post a new video. Also, do follow me on my social media channels where I share many more card, craft and other pics with you. The links are given in the description box below. Thank you.